If you really want to know what was said, you have to check out Alex's documentary. Seriously, don't miss it. Watch it with Alex Noel and you'll get the full picture. Bro, there are people who literally want, oh man, I swear, I've had more than a few situations that felt like actual attempts on my life. This just in. And no, it's not your average update. This one's big. The headline? Johnny Somali's documentary is officially dropping. Yup, you heard me right. A full-length doc where they're doing everything they can to clean up Johnny Somali's reputation. Yeah, seriously. But get this, the film doesn't focus on what Johnny actually did in Japan and Korea. Nope. It's all about showing him in a positive light. They're spinning it like Johnny Somali did nothing wrong, that it's South Korea, Japan, and others trying to make him look like the bad guy. But come on, are we really supposed to believe Johnny Somali isn't guilty? We've all seen how these types of documentaries work. They're designed to make the subject look innocent, add drama, and sway public opinion. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Before I show you what's inside this upcoming Johnny Somali content, let me give you a heads up. Please, no matter what, don't be fooled by Johnny's performance or this documentary, because at the moment, Johnny Somali is loaded with cash. And believe me, he's not just going to walk away from this. Whether it's Johnny, Hank, or anyone backing them, they'll keep trying to find loopholes to present themselves as victims. But they're not, and everyone sees through it. When you watch the full video, you'll be stunned. Because this documentary isn't going to save Johnny. It's going to dig him into an even deeper hole. Yes, that's right. Major problems. All right, let's get into it. If you caught my last video, you know that Johnny Somali and Hank are now in serious legal trouble. All thanks to the South Korean prosecutors on Johnny's case. They've now joined forces, working together to gather more evidence, stack on more charges, and ensure Johnny pays the price. His situation just got a whole lot worse. So what's their next play? This time, it's the release of a documentary made by Ice Poseidon's crew member, Alex Noble. Yes, it's finally going public. Now, you might wonder how this documentary ties into everything. Trust me, it's directly connected, because once it drops, Johnny and his team are going to try and use it to clean up their image, to manipulate the public, maybe even sway the South Korean authorities. Want to know what was said? Watch Alex's documentary. Tune in. Alex Noel lays it all out, and yes, it'll have subtitles. It's a cinematic spin. You'll need to see it to understand how they're framing the story. That's the only place you'll see their side. But here's a real twist. What if prosecutors find even more evidence in the documentary itself? That could actually happen. I'll break all that down shortly. But first, watch this clip where one creator shows how South Korean authorities are playing the long game, strategically building their case to hit Johnny even harder. So yeah, watch that first. Then I'll break down even more new info about Johnny and his crew. For now, the authorities are letting Johnny run wild, racking up more charges, digging his own grave. Meanwhile, he's burning through his money, isolating himself, and basically doing half the police's job for them. Just because he hasn't been locked up yet doesn't mean South Korean police are clueless. Definitely not. I agree, they're not totally lost, but that doesn't mean they're handling it perfectly either. I think South Korea's justice system also has some weak points. That's why we're seeing delays and hesitation on certain charges. Remember, they dropped possible charges against Hank because he pretended to be someone outside South Korea's jurisdiction. That move exposed flaws in how the authorities handled things. It just shows there's still room for improvement in their system. But hey, that's just my view. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And it's not just that. Right now, the internet is blowing up with even more bombshells about Johnny Somali. New stuff keeps dropping. People are outing him left and right for even worse behavior. A new clip just surfaced from Israel where Johnny's back to his old antics, causing chaos with his content. And yeah, it's going viral. See it for yourself. Then I'll give you the biggest update on this documentary. Watch this clip first. The Israelis are the rudest people in the world, the rudest in the world. No man has no respect for nobody. They have no manners. I've never been to a country like this in my life. Sounds familiar, right? This isn't the first time Johnny has traveled to another country and stirred up trouble. It's his routine, Every time he repeats the same nonsense. The country's bad. The people are rude. Here's another fact. In Israel, Johnny was arrested for harassing a female police officer. Yet again, the headline just said, American streamer. See what I mean? Wherever he goes, he's not just staining his own name. He's dragging America down with him. And that's why even Americans are fed up. They want justice, so their country's name isn't forever tied to Johnny's reckless behavior. Now back to the update. Johnny's team is gearing up to drop a documentary to show their version of the story. But don't be fooled, this is all calculated. They're using it as a tool, a weapon to shift the narrative, to twist everything. And guess what? Clips from the documentary are already leaking online. You can find interviews where Johnny's saying wild, offensive stuff. Watch it and judge for yourself. People literally want to kill me. I've had multiple attempts on my life. That Korean Navy SEAL guy, he punched and kicked me. I could have died. I've got a scar from that hit. And I try not to play the victim. I step outside myself to look at this. But I've never seen any content online that's made me want to hurt someone. Not unless it affects me directly. Did you hear that? How low can someone go? If there's a limit to being shameless, Johnny Somali shattered it long ago. This isn't just offensive, it's disturbing. It's the talk of someone who's clearly not stable. And all of this is part of the act. He wants the world to believe he's innocent, that what he did was no big deal, that he committed no crime. But ask yourself, if this documentary actually gets released, who's going to buy this? Just look at what he says. It's trash, it's dishonest, it's dangerous. He deserves to be held accountable, not just for his actions, but for trying to gaslight everyone through this documentary. Even legal mindset weighed in, talking about the serious consequences Johnny might face and how harsh the judge's ruling could be. This is Johnny Somali's sentencing range so far, not including the Child Welfare Act, which could raise it to 22 years. But based on current charges, and given the public petition demanding harsh punishment, we're likely cutting out all the leniency. That means Johnny could face anywhere between 4 years and 3 months to 12 years in prison. So you heard it. Johnny Somali is likely staring down 4+ years minimum, possibly up to 12, which honestly is well-deserved. I'm personally hoping for the 12, because Johnny's never truly been held accountable. If he does real time now, it'll be a whole new world for him. And finally, some justice. Now more than ever, South Korean officials need to stay alert, because Johnny Somali and his crew are trying to manipulate the system through this documentary. They've already delayed things. They're playing a dirty game. And the longer they get away with it, the more crimes they'll pull. I guarantee, if given more time, they will find another escape route. So this has officially become a serious issue. In my opinion, it's time the police step up. What do you think? Let me know below.